Good afternoon and happy 4th of July, everyone. I am reading from Love Language Minute, and today's title is Seeking Companionship. Two people are better off than one. I always said two heads are better than one, and three makes it even better. For they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help, but someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Well, you're never alone if you've got him on your side. Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 through 10. Marriage was designed by God to meet man's those follow. I'm like, now wait a minute. Am I just like trying to be I'm not trying to be disobedient to him. I'm just like, but someone who falls alone is in real trouble. So those are the people that are not walking with him. Those are the people walking in the darkness. Stay in his light, and you're never alone. Marriage was designed by God to meet man's need for companionship. God said of Adam, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him." Genesis 2 verse 18. However, some couples have not found companionships in marriage. They are still alone, cut off, and isolated. Such loneliness may be painful, but it doesn't have to last forever. We can overcome loneliness by taking positive action. I suggest taking baby steps. Don't look at the whole and think about how bad your marriage is. Rather, focus on one step you might take to make it better. Communication is key. Always has been. You have no communication, your marriage will not work. It's just that simple. I have watched it left and right. If you can't openly talk and you have to lie, it's never going to work. Break through the silence with one act of kindness. So it's funny. My t-shirt that Miss Sandy sent says, "Be kind." I love the bee, and I just loved it. She knew I would. And it matches my pajama pants. I'm so tickled. That's what I'm saying. I am like this with everything. I just thought everybody else was like this. Nope. Not even close. Look for something he does well and tell him you appreciate it. Give him a passionate kiss and say, "I just want to remind you of what it was like when we first married. I'm willing to start over if you are." And I can tell you, every time I've been at a restaurant or no matter where I've been, if I see a couple together and they're not communicating, but they appear that they've been together for a long time, I start asking them questions. After I realize they're married, because they're wearing the ring on their finger, and mine is for God. It's a cross. It's amazing when you really think about it. And when you approach a table like that, when they're just sitting there not talking or they're on the phones. And I go, "So how long have you guys been married?" It is unbelievable how their eyes sparkle. "You're talking to us?" Now I've gotten some looks too. And they'll say like 20 or 30 or 40 or I mean it's unreal. And I'll be like, "Well, how did you guys meet?" And I'm telling you, when I do that and they engage in the conversation, when I leave there, they're not on their phone anymore. And I hope that maybe, just maybe, the rest of their night was like that night that they met. And that's the one thing that I tried to explain to people. If your marriage flame has fizzled out or is slowly fading, you need to rekindle it from the day you met. It's that simple. Go back and start all over. Say, "You know what? From this day forward, nothing else matters. Let's go back to the day that we met and everything was beautiful. Let's start there." And then, oh, if we have kids, well, we'll just adjust with the kids. But let's go back to that day. Let's remember that time and how we survived on what we survived on and we were happy. And then look at your life right now. And when is enough enough? I never tried to keep up with the Joneses ever in my life. I could have cared less. I just did my own thing. Just like with shoes. I don't like slingbacks, so I cut them off. I I adjust my clothing for me. I don't care what the fads are. I could care less of any of that stuff. It never affected me. I always did my own thing. If people didn't like it, that was their choice. It's kind of crazy how life does this. Remember that the Bible is clear about the benefits of companionship, as we read in the book of Ecclesiastes. We are made for each other, and we can support each other in innumerable ways. Keep taking steps towards each other, and loneliness will evaporate. Well, as soon as you have him on board, there's no way you can be lonely, ever. And anybody says they're so lonely with that, I'm like, seriously? Are you kidding me? Okay. You can't be lonely when you have him, because he's always there. And I'll be like, we haven't been answering my questions lately. Apparently, I'm not supposed to be asking those questions. Got it. I have those conversations constantly with him. There goes another flyover. Father, you know how lonely I feel sometimes. Used to. Thank you for giving me my spouse. And thank you for creating us to be companions who can help each other and relieve each other's loneliness. Please give us the courage to take those first steps towards closer companionship. Amen. What better day to do it than the 4th of July? Why don't you rekindle that spark on the day you met? Sounds like a fun idea to me. What you got to lose? You had fireworks that day. Fireworks the day, the wedding day? I mean, come on. Now, those are a whole different kind of fireworks. Let freedom ring. Have a great day. Love to all bunches and bunches. Bye.